Hey guys, welcome to Stock Talk on July 16th. It's 4:13 p.m. Eastern time, and ironically, I did have some time today, so I'm going to make this video for you guys. You're looking at Netflix right now, and we just had earnings come out, so it looks like they missed the mark, and we talked about the potential to get into Netflix around this time, right? 367. But look how we just spiked through this area, this buy area, and now we're trading at 345. So given that Netflix had this massive down move after market, we'll see where it recovers, because usually they can or are able to recover to some sort of near-term support, and right now, obviously very dangerous, I think, if you guys are entering into Netflix right now. But I'm curious as to where this will stabilize and where we will start entering tomorrow in terms of the trading session. So I want to put you guys all eyes on Netflix, as this is pulling the NASDAQ down as well, and several of the tech stocks are also falling at this time. Let's put a little emphasis on IQ as well. We're looking at IQ, which went up 8.78%. You can see that it is responding from the Netflix move. Push downwards. Wow, $35. That's incredible. So this could be an overreaction, you know. This could be an overreaction just to the news. But you guys taking a look at SPY on the 180-day chart, we're going to look at this reasonably. We know that the resistance has been situated at 279.40. We were staying on top of the, on top of the resistance, which was good. But all of a sudden, we're making this U-turn. We're still over the 20 EMA, or the light blue line. We're barely over. I think we closed right at it. So there's a couple of possibilities right now. Given that we made a turn today, we still need to keep above the 20 EMA. Note that the last time we hit this area, what happened? We consolidated for a couple of times, but then when we retested the top on this day, we got rejected, and that was the start of the downturn. Now, here's the thing that I'm looking at right now, right? We're testing the top right now. We got one small rejection at the actual resistance. Okay, so we pulled above, but we kind of got rejected again. But, so what are we looking for? We're looking for a retest of the resistance. I think this will happen. However, if that fails and starts pulling lower, and especially if we get a daily close below the 20 EMA, or the light blue line, that could signal for a short-term downtrend, just a short-term downtrend. Overall, we know that markets are bullish, and I just want to see Netflix again. So now you guys can see how it's pulling back up a little bit. So it is recovering just a tad bit. But the reason why I point you guys to Netflix is because, I think you guys asked me, like, Kevin, should I go into Netflix? And I said, no, right? We're so overextended. Just be patient and wait for it. I obviously didn't know that, they would respond to earnings that bad, but you guys can see the reaction after a stock is overextended, right? Lesson learned, that when a stock is overextended, has been going up for a couple of months, like straight up without stopping, there has to be some move towards the downside to consolidate, or horizontally. Okay, so that is Netflix and SPY for you guys, showing you guys volatility. TVIX volatility is still declining. Now, right now, as you guys can see, markets are near the top, and I actually went into TVIX volatility, just a small position today, because we're nearing the peak, and I saw that first rejection. Now, I still feel that there might be a retest of that resistance on SPY, so TVIX could spike up a little bit, or it could continue going downwards. That's a chance that I'm willing to take, which is why I took it. However, you guys can see that TVIX is still on a downtrend as of today. So today still went down 1%. Now, I want to take you guys to crude oil. Look at all these interesting patterns. Incredible, guys, right? Crude oil is currently trading at $68, down over 4% today, and we talked about what? We talked about the potential for it to come down. Remember, when Friday we were recovering during this area, and all of a sudden the last 2 hours, we pulled straight down. Rejection at the 20 EMA, the light blue line, and then we are going down, 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 down. And so far, no sign of a reversal just yet. Crude oil continues to trend lower. Yes, we are oversold a little bit on crude oil, so if you want to play that retracement, I think you could. But once again, you guys can see that it's continuously declining. And therefore, I put emphasis to UWT, which is the one that follows crude oil, or actually DWT, that's inverse crude oil, but also GUSH. And I want to show you guys GUSH because we talked about this really interesting pattern that was playing out, and all of a sudden, you guys can see that we gap down. We gap down on. Let's take the 1 year, 1 day chart. Look how we gap down. Right? This was the previous support, and all of a sudden now we're coming down, and we could go down. Now, here's the thing. We could catch it near the blue line or the 50 SMA line. That's one possibility, but the other possibility is falling back towards $33 or $34. But that's a little risky, but I just wanted to show you guys where we are on GUSH because that one was the one to watch. Remember, we said that it was actively downtrending, but if we start going below $39, especially closing below that, that would be extremely bearish for crude oil, at least in the near term. So remember, that's why yesterday there were some contingencies. You know, even though it was the one to watch, if we start trending like on the intraday, going lower and lower without stop, that's certainly not a buy signal for crude oil, right, guys? All right, so taking you guys to /NG natural gas futures really didn't do that much today. I told you guys natural gas, it was so overextended at that point. I said you could have bought at Friday's close. And look, natural gas went up just a tad bit today. So that was playing the retracement back to the 20 EMA line. So right now, natural gas still looks like it's coming on down. We formed a small reversal pattern, which is why we saw the upside today, but overall, it is still on the downtrend. Note that the support for natural gas is 2.757. /GC didn't move at all today, and you guys can see JNUG or GC gold holding the support around 1242. It's currently still trading around that area, so you know, if you want to take a position into gold, you could, but just note that, look at that. It's still an active downtrend. So actually, I wouldn't recommend even gold down, as we have no sign of reversal right now. Actually, this is actually continuously making newer lows. So yeah, actually, JNUG is not that good for now. All right, let's take you guys to a couple of tickers. TNDM. Yeah, I know to make these videos shorter. I know. Tish, thank you for your ticker submission. So TNDM is one that has been going up, up. Oh, this is diabetes care. So again, this is one where it's continually going up. I do like it, but I want to ask you, like, at what point are you going to be satisfied with your trade, right? It's going higher. You guys can see how overextended we are. I know people are excited and it could continue to go higher, but at what point where you say, okay, I've gotten my blank percentage, I'm going to just take it out and not look at it again until it drops, you know? So I think it's overextended right now. I think patience again on this one, and just wait for it. Wait for it to come down to the 20 EMA. Wait for the drop. It's gone so much up. You can imagine how many people, when it does start selling, how the force will be coming down really quickly. Kind of similar to Netflix. I want to just revisit Netflix. I'm really curious what's going on here. Okay, so here's Netflix. Let's take a look at the 3-year chart. So you guys can see Netflix, right? Can you guys see that? Netflix, here's the candle made by this week. It's still really overextended despite this drop, which seems like a lot, right? It's like over 10%. But look, overall, it's just made this candle. Is this even right? Hold on. Oh, it's not right. Okay, so okay, went back all the way. I'm like, what am I talking about here? So we're pretty much down here. So this candle doesn't take account to aftermarket. So we're pretty much at the 20 EMA line where we found the support. And now, can you guys see why we found the support right here? That is probably why. We're pretty much right at the 20 EMA line, the light blue line, where we found support in the past when we've consolidated. So very interesting. Netflix could be a good buy in the next few days. Yeah, this one's so. One thing to note is just be watching this one. I think Netflix, keep an eye on this one. I'm very curious as to because it certainly has the potential to pull higher. So yeah, keep an eye on this one. This one might go in. This one might be in the list of stocks to watch for the week now, because of this Netflix retracement. All right, MORL, MORL. Analysis on this one. Whoa, what the? happened here? So we can see that all of a sudden we started gapping down, but we gapped down here as well, and we're still on an uptrend. But just note that we have a resistance, a pretty strong resistance around 1689. So I think that is, you know, you want to be cautious on this one as well. It's just we're really close to the resistance, and the time for profits is getting less and less, right? This is around 3 percentage points, but is it worth the risk? What happens if it starts trending lower, right? It might not be worth the risk. Oh, we formed a reversal. Yeah, that's not good. So there's potential for it to pull higher, but right now we're right at the resistance, so we don't really want to go into that one, I don't think. Rizmon, you're shorting Oracle. So Oracle, you guys can see spike down, and now we're making a high. The Oracle. So Oracle is one that doesn't hold a very predictable pattern. You can see that how it spiked down, and all of a sudden it's now trending higher. This trend kind of looks like this trend. You guys can see that right here where it starts dipping below the support and then it recovers, but it comes down, back up, comes down, back up. Can you guys imagine? Comes down, back up, comes down, back up, something like that. Right now we're a little overextended and not something I would participate in. And this one moves quite slowly as well. This one, it looks like a lot, guys, but actually this is just, yeah, 3 percentage points, so that's not that much. Okay. Dozy, no problem. IS, yeah, sure thing. Rico, you're an IQ, great job. Space Ghost, thank you. Mega Combo, thanks for following. K9, we'll do MA. This is the last one. This is MasterCard. So MasterCard looks similar to Visa's trajectory, where it is pretty bullish. This is a very steady uptrend right now. You guys can see once again we're a little overextended over the 20 EMA, and you know there's a potential. Let's wait for it. Maybe $200, $4. You know, once it starts coming down, I want it to get closer to this down area. I just don't like investing in a volatile environment, given that, you know, I know this is an uptrend, but this is also a weekly chart, so this one kind of moves a little slowly. If you have the patience to wait on it, if you're holding for a year or 2 years or 3 years, you know, MasterCard, Visa, those are the way to go. You don't even have to really worry, in my opinion, about the near-term trends. But since if you guys are actively trading, then that might be something for you to consider. Saibu, when do I get my candy? It's getting to your mailbox right now. Just kidding. And then finally, I'll take a look at... BILI. Let's take a look at this one. Oh, this one looks like IQ for a moment. So, why does this one look like IQ? Is this another Chinese stock? Oh, okay. So this one dropped more than I really expected. It dropped to this support down here. It makes sense. It just dropped more than I expected. Sure, this one has potential. I think this one is to keep on your radar. I think this is a good one to watch. Note how we are pretty even today. We didn't do anything today, but that is the support. Right now, it tried to bull higher, but we're below the 20 EMA line. Yikes. It might retest the support again, so I would wait for this one a couple of days and confirm that uptrend before we get into that one. And I believe that is it. Oh, John, do I like IWM? So IWM, which is Russell 2000, tracking small caps, is one that's made a double top. Can you guys see that? It's made a double top, and it's now actively trending lower. So right now, I actually don't like IWM that much. I want it to come a little lower and probably verify some sort of support, maybe at the 50 SMA, perhaps even lower if that's possible. But right now, we're just a little overextended. Did that double peak, and it's now on the way down. So something just to be a little more cautious about. And I will just double check Netflix really quick. Okay, so guys, the moral of the story today is if you guys like this video, hit that like button as always. I appreciate all the thumbs up. And moral of the story actually is not the thumbs up, but watch Netflix, keep an eye on this one. Don't get in ahead of the curve. However, I am eyeing this one, especially when we start trading tomorrow, because we'll be starting off, if this, ends up closing around here, starting off with like a 10%, Netflix. That could spook the markets a little bit. But in the meantime, I hope you guys like this video, even though it wasn't late night. I was thinking, if it was a late night video, you guys could have like fallen asleep and just like look at my video on the phone. But I guess not today. So I hope you guys enjoy a day video as always. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for another trading day. Keep an eye on Netflix. Keep an eye on SPY and potential double peak like we talked about, and volatility. So in the meantime, I'm checking out. I'll see you guys later.